What is up, everybody? It's Will here today, and we have to talk about this gaming website which gave Hogwarts Legacy a 1 out of 10, which is getting a lot of traction over this past weekend because the game just released, official release on Friday. People have been playing the game, praising it. It's getting all the different achievements it could possibly can for a game that came out this short time period, but one of these game journalists gave the game a 1 out of 10. Now, people can have their own opinions about the game. People can not like the game. People can not like Harry Potter in general and give their opinion about the game. That is not the problem. The problem is the score is a 1 out of 10. A 1 out of 10 is only reserved for games that don't work, like legit, like broken. Like you play the game and the game just doesn't start, or there's corruption data or something like that. But a perfectly working game should not get a 1 out of 10. Like, this is completely ridiculous, but apparently, this journalist gave this game a 1 out of 10, because it's some type of agenda-driven nonsense. Think piece because of the whole drama between what J.K. Rowling stated is really getting these people to make these ridiculous articles, scoring the game these low scores. I was like, really? It just doesn't make any sense how you give a game a 1 out of 10, but let's see. Review: there's no magic in Hogwarts Legacy. The game is mid at best, and its real-world harms are impossible to ignore. So if the game is mediocre at best, that's at least a 5. Okay, so automatically you kind of hypocritical right there. Like you shouldn't give the game a 1 if you're saying it's mediocre, which is a 5 at most. Okay. And it says, it's harming people in the real world. I don't know how a video game about playing as a wizards is harming people in the real world, but okay. It helped me say goodbye to the setting for good. The story is rooted in anti-Semitic tropes. What? What anti-Semitic tropes is it talking about? I'm pretty far into the game. I don't know what I want to say far, but I'm like at least a good while into this, good bit into the story. I don't know what he's talking about with this anti-Semitic stuff. Like, I didn't see any of that in the game, so I don't know what he's talking about. The gameplay kind of feels like they're just throwing anything at the dartboard at this point to find something to be angry about with this game. Like, I don't know what he's talking about with that, but the gameplay feels dated. The gameplay feels amazing in this game. This is probably one of the best Harry Potter games to date, so I don't know what he's talking about. The graphics are like they're a couple of generations behind. The graphics are pretty spot on too. They're not like the highest end graphics, but they're pretty great. I don't know. Other characters are one dimensional. It doesn't stay true to the established lore. Every character feels like an off-brand version of the character we know and love. There's no sense of place, no magic, no heart. I think he just put up some BS to put it here just to say, hey, we don't like what J.K. Rowling said, and that's that. It's kind of ridiculous how you can give this game a 1 out of 10. I don't care if the game is Barbie's Island Fairy Adventure. It's like, if the game works, it shouldn't get a 1 out of 10. You know, it's probably not the game you most likely want to play, but it's like, why would you give it a 1 out of 10? This is the problem we have here. We have people reviewing games who don't like to review these games, who don't like these certain genres of games or whatever, reviewing games. Like, if you don't like the game, why not have someone else review it, or just not review it at all at this point? Like, do we really need to hear Wired opinion piece about this game? It's like with that Digital Foundry guy. Like, they do have the potential about having to review the game. You could just not review the game, or you got somebody else from that team review the game. Like, why do we have these people who have different meltdowns? People giving games 1 out of 10s. It's just like, he's legit review bombing the game from an official journalist point of view. He's review bombing the game. You see this with fanboys a lot, how they review bomb games, but this is clearly a journalist doing this. Like, this, it's just getting ridiculous. It's just getting fascinating at this point. But like I said before, the game is done extremely well. So even if this 1 out of 10 goes out there, it's like, who really cares? I'm thinking maybe people are really checking for Wired opinion pieces. So I don't know. It's just getting real bizarre here. Like, you got a fantastic game like this Hogwarts Legacy game. This game was absolutely fantastic. It was getting a 1 out of 10 review score. Like, it's just very bizarre at this point. Let's see what people got to say about this. This is actually pretty effed up, because stuff like this, we might see more of a trend with selective review codes. And I could definitely see like people. This could definitely like alter the review process at this point. Like people getting review codes for these different outlets. If people are giving games like this 1 out of 10, like it's just bizarre. It's just clownness at this point. Outdated graphics. Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about. The graphics look amazing to me. It look pretty fun to me. I was like, whatever. And like, I hope this website isn't on Metacritic because if this is, it's like they're literally lowering the review score if it's on Metacritic, the overall Metacritic score. But uh, anti-Semitic tropes. I don't know what he's referring to. What was anti-Semitic in this game? Like, what are you talking about? Reviewing media should entirely separate the IP creator, artist, or studios creating the media. Media is entirely independent from its creator. A lot of people can't do that though. You can't separate the art from the artist, whatever. Who could have seen this coming? Uh, okay, I don't know what they're going to. Since the person reviewed it, I guess. And this is why no one trusts journalists. If you can't even review the actual game, then what is the point of a game review? Yeah, I don't. I guess just the best thing at this point is go from word of mouth what people are saying about the game in general. Because at this point, like it's just getting crazy. Like with these game journalists of recently, it's just getting wild out here. Especially with this game. Like this game definitely brought out the craziness in game developer and game journalists at this point. The game is mid, 1 out of 10. Damn, that's wild. If only people demanded better of games journalists and they listed instead of smearing the audiences over like a 2-week event in 2014. I don't know what they're referring to, but okay. I don't think they played the rights Hogwarts Legacy. They probably downloaded it from LimeWire. That's a throwback website right there. What is this? The author also wrote these. Oh, I'm crying laughing. Okay. I'm loving the game so far. It definitely feels magical to me. Yeah, this feels like it's the best, like I said, best Harry Potter game we had so far. I heard people who aren't even into Harry Potter like this game too, so it's like, even if you're not into Harry Potter, the game is still fun, so. Definitely a game of your contender at the moment. Journalistic integrity is out the window. It's definitely out the window at this point. Like, geez, they're just saying the most craziest things at this point. This is just an attempt at review bombing whilst trying to score brownie points at the same time. It doesn't even sound like they played the game. I have it as pretty good. Yeah, I don't know how you can play this game and say, hey, this game is just trash. Just a 1 out of 10. Like, really? I gotta say if you don't like certain genres, but this is a big stretch to say this game is just a 1 out of 10. Like, it's just wild. Very rarely do big games ever deserve a 1 out of 10. This is definitely not one of them. Didn't even bother giving the review a good reason why it's bad. I'm starting to think though, a lot of these game journalists actually review games. Like, I think we give a lot of these game journalists too much credit nowadays. They actually play the video games they're reviewing at this point. Like, it's just getting pathetic at this point. Like, it's obvious this person didn't play this game because like what? Like, once again, I keep mentioning this anti-Semitic tropes. Like what? Like what are you talking about? Like, um. 1 out of 10 for real? Isn't that the release for like the worst and most broken games ever made? Like E.T. bad? Even if you find a lackluster or repetitive, it's at worst a 5 or a 6. Yeah. Graphics feel like they're a couple of generations behind. Yeah, that's another laughable point right there. Like, I don't say you can even play this game and think the graphics are horrible either. Like, unless you just got some amazing, I don't even know. Like, what? I don't know. The graphics aren't like they aren't top. They aren't like the best graphics ever made, but they aren't like generations behind either. Like, what are you talking about? This is unacceptable. It's a shame to see some media outlets like Wired prioritize personal agendas over objectivity when reviewing a game. Hogwarts Legacy should be evaluated based on its own merits and not influenced by external factors. Let the reviewer cook. They got a point. What point do they possibly have? And they keep mentioning how they kept. I guess I gotta mention this because it keeps getting brought up. Apparently, they keep mentioning how the author reviewed adult toys. It's like I don't know how. Well, I guess you can have multiple jobs, but like, do they? I don't think they review video games in general though. So it's like it's just weird. Like they definitely shouldn't be taken as a gaming journalist at all. It's like they don't. It's obvious they haven't even played the game, and it's like they're giving the game a 1 out of 10. Like this is quite worse than what this is at the same level, even worse than what fanboys do at this point. Like this is just ridiculous. Wired is based and correct for this. Stay mad. Like, are these people just? I don't think these people are even gamers who are saying this review is accurate. Deserves to be 1 out of 10. Like, really? Oh man. This is actually hilarious because almost every single person I know who has played Hogwarts Legacy is loving the game. It's almost like this sort of crap is exactly what all the media outlets are dying off. Yeah. It's just really annoying that we got like you can't just enjoy a video game anymore. It has to be this political nonsense has to be involved. People have to give their think pieces about this game when it's like you give the game 1 out of 10 scores. When it's like, what does this have to do with the video game? Because of what the person who made Harry Potter has to say. Like it's just getting ridiculous. Then you get random comments like this, like saying, it's not a conspiracy theory when someone doesn't like a silly game. I know you people don't understand that because you don't understand anything but selfishness and hate. What does this got to do with the video game? Like, I'm getting annoyed reading some of these comments now at this point. Like, this has nothing to do with the video game at all. I'm just curious now because this game is getting so much controversy outside of things outside the game. Can this game even win a Game of the Year awards at one of these award shows at this point? Because if they give a Game of the Year, a big nomination like that, they're gonna have these people who aren't even gamers gonna be pissed off about it. And I was like, I'm trying I'm trying to make my words so I won't get so it'll be politically correct, but it's just getting really annoying at this point. Like, bro, people want to play a video game. We want to judge. Want to see what the video game is based on the merits of the video game, not some external factors. You got all these people who probably aren't even gamers are giving their opinion pieces, giving a game a 1 out of 10, just saying the game is you're bad if you're playing a game. It's just so annoying. Like, who wants to deal with that? It's like when you play a video game, you want to escape from real world situations and stuff like that. Now we gotta see these people constantly. I kind of wish the game wasn't as mainstream as it is today because it's just getting annoying with some of these different groups. This is just truly annoying. Like this is just really annoying at this point. People don't even play video games, giving their opinions about this, and they're just saying, "Hey, I agree with this game getting a 1 out of 10." It's like really. I'm kind of just rambling on at this point, but I'm going to conclude it right here. I don't agree with this score whatsoever. I think these guys are clowns. Who runs this Wired thing, who approved this as well, because not only the person to write it, but somebody had to approve it as well. I think they're all clowns behind this crap. The game is fantastic. I'm enjoying my time with the game. It's definitely not a 1 out of 10. Probably 8 or 9 out of 10 to be honest. From what I've played so far, I'm enjoying it. So it's just mind-boggling how we're just letting. Well, I guess people are just not letting it go through because it got a lot of attention. But the fact that some people are okay with this article being on here is just ridiculous. It's like you can separate the art from the artist. Yeah, and this game should be based on what feelings you got about the artist of the franchise or whatever. So those are my thoughts. Definitely want to see your thoughts down below. Leave a like this video, and as always, thanks for watching, and peace.